Everyone, today I want to talk to you about batch producing your content and why you should do it. So it's a ridiculously hot day. It's a Friday morning and it's probably high 20 degrees somewhere in that region. I'm running earlier than normal because I'm going away today for the weekend, and it's 8:30 in the morning and it's absolutely scorchio. So a bit too hot to run actually. I can't complain. Better than super windy and super rainy. So it's all things marketing on Friday morning. Just a very quick update on my injury front. I'm running a lot quicker. Confidence isn't there yet. I'm running at about 5.5 minute K pace at the moment, but I do feel little twinges and things, which I'm pretty sure are nothing in my calves, but I end up slowing it down constantly just to try and make sure I don't overexert myself again, knock myself back. My aim's to do maybe a 10K this weekend, and probably maybe something like a 7 or 8K on a Saturday maybe. So that's what I'm trying to do, but I'll do those slow. So yeah, so that's an injury update, but I think I'm on the road to recovery now. I should hopefully be back to normal next week at some point. Right, so marketing. So this is a topic which I think is really, really important for a lot of people because, like I said, the two biggest things for people that are trying to build their personal brand, one is they don't know what content to produce, and number two is they find the repurposing of that content a full-time job in itself. It just takes too long to do. So they're the two main issues and main obstacles that people have to overcome with creating their content. So this is a little bit of it's an option, this batch producing content, but I don't do this. So this is a big disclaimer. I do not batch produce my content. But the reason I don't is because I've done the other side, which is fitted content creation into my daily habits. And so it's not a chore. I don't have to think about it. It's ready to go. You know, I do it with this running blog. It's allowed me to do that. So I set myself a challenge of running every day. It was a chore. Still is a chore on some mornings, but I'm so committed to it now that I just get up and do it. I don't even think about it. It's a habit, which is amazing. And then because I'm running every day, doing the vlog is part of the run. That's what I combine them too. So for me, that's pretty straightforward. Sort of random horse straddling the road. The joys of running in rural countryside. So that works for me. But for other people who have different lifestyles, different agendas each day, doing something every day, creating content is just a non-starter. It's not going to happen. And I can tell you now, if I didn't combine it with something like a running challenge, I would not be recording a vlog every day. I'd be too busy. I'd find it hassle-some. I'd procrastinate. I wouldn't want to do it because it is alien for me and it's not something that I'm comfortable doing. But, you know, I can use the analogy that you get some singer-songwriters that feel far more comfortable singing when they're holding a guitar because they were a musician at first point. They hate the thought of singing a song without the guitar. I think it's the same for how I feel with content creation. If I didn't have running to almost hide behind, I probably wouldn't do these vlogs. Well, I definitely wouldn't. So I think it's an important message there to kind of understand that. And what you're trying to do is take away all those obstacles to kind of get you to do it. So back to my point in question here, is that if you can't fit it in to a daily lifestyle, or daily habits, or it is just very unnatural for you to do so, you're not going to do it. You'll procrastinate, and it won't happen. It won't happen for 4 years like it did for me. So if you can't find a solution there, the solution is to batch produce your content. And all you do is you might have 1 day a month, maybe, where you just block the whole day out, book it in advance, and all you're going to do is you're going to produce all your videos, all your content, or if the video is not for you, you're going to sit there and going to write all your copy. You're going to do all your infographics, whatever you're going to do, or you're going to work with your graphic designer, whatever you're going to do. But you're going to block a day, and you're just going to churn through. And the objective will be to give yourself at least a month's worth of content, or at least enough content until your next batch. production session. And so if you do it every week, fine. Do it every month. If you do it once a quarter, fine. But you need to get enough content out of that session. Now, I can talk to you about the content repurposing stuff till the cows come home on another episode. But I can tell you now, actually, producing enough content is very seldom the problem. If you just get a couple of decent quality videos or some long form copy, that can be chopped up and repurposed, in multiple different formats. So I wouldn't worry about the quantity, but you just need to get a good number of decent, valuable pieces of content. And I'll do another episode on this because it's really important. But Daniel Priestley said in a recent podcast episode that he hates the whole content production and personal brand stuff. But he has a very simple formula. If he thinks it's going to provide value to somebody else, he puts it out there. I know a lot of people like to document their personal lives and stuff, and I think it's absolutely brilliant, and some people love that. But his view is only if it feels he's giving value to his audience, or his target market, he produces content. And I think you can very easily integrate your personal life into that, lessons learned and things like that, which can still provide value for people. So I think you can still combine the two. But that was something that hit hard for me. So I'm not going to just produce random videos about me and my family having dinner in the garden or whatever, unless there's some moral to the story, or unless there's something that's going to give value to people that I'm trying to connect with. So yeah, just think about that when you're producing your content. So maybe, start small. Maybe say, right, I'm going to do this weekly. So my task is to produce 7 pieces of content, which enables me to get a week's worth out there before your next batch production session. And that should be quite easy. I think I've talked about how you can basically brainstorm enough topics to talk about and have content about. Well, first and foremost, look at what you do and break it down into the high level sections. So whatever your niche is, break it down to the super high level sections. And the easy way I found to do it, is because I committed to doing it every day, was I broke what Runpreneur was about into 7 daily sections, which enabled me to have a different topic for each day of the week. And then when you've got that topic, you can then chunk that down into multi-subsections, and then keep going granular, detail, break it down. And you should find very, very easily that you can produce a huge amount of content titles just from that exercise alone. They call it chunking down. So, but you shouldn't even need to worry about this too much, especially when you're, when you're first starting out, because you just have far more topics in your mind. It's only when you've been doing this stuff for a long, long time that you start to feel that, this is quite hard to think about topics. But even then, you go back to this process and it's not. I'll talk to you about other cool hacks to ensure you never run out of topics to talk about on a separate episode, because I've got some pretty cool hacks that I use every day. I've added another one this morning, to my content plan, just whilst listening to audiobooks. So I'll talk to you about that separately. So hope you found this useful. So to summarise, there's 2 kind of ways to create content, in my opinion. One is to integrate it into your daily habits or weekly habits, if that's the case, whereby you don't have to think about it. You just know that at that point, each day or each week is your content production period, and make it habitual. They say it takes 66 days to make something a habit. When it's a habit, it just becomes innate. Very, very easy to keep doing. So bear that in mind. So try, if that's one way of doing it. If you can't do that, then just block out a day, maybe weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, where it's your content production day. And the objective is to produce enough content in that day until your next scheduled content production day. So what I would do when I'm doing a content production day is straight away the first thing I do is I put another date in the calendar for my next content production day. So it's a line in the sand, it's already there. And I would then think about, all right, I'm going to publish content maybe once a week. Maybe I'm going to do it twice a week, once a day, 3 times a day, whatever it is. And that should then give you a guideline for how much content you need to produce. If you produce a long form copy, you can normally, especially if you do a video, you can always get, well, perfect from a video perspective, I can chop my video into smaller chunks. So I can normally get 2 or 3 shorter clips out of one of my longer videos. I get one long form video, and those shorter clips will often be turned into infographics. That's just, there's lots more you can do with this, but this is just the first phase of repurposing that I'm kind of working on at the moment. You know, getting shorter form clips out of my long form copy, a long form video, and I get them turned into infographics by my graphic designer. And the aim is to be able to post, you know, 2 or 3 times a day eventually. I'm posting it once a day at the moment. I'm on every platform, but I will be ratcheting up to kind of 2 or 3 times a day on each platform. There'll be different pieces of content. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. But the point is just to always look at how frequent you're going to publish, and don't commit to something that's not sustainable. I know what I'm doing is sustainable because of this challenge and the running challenge I'm doing. But if you're not, start with maybe once a week. Once a week is a pretty good target, and you can easily increase that as you get more comfortable and as it becomes more habitual. But it's you will get penalised if you start doing stuff on a frequency basis and then you reduce the frequency. You'll often be rewarded for increasing the frequency. That's how a lot of the algorithms work. So try not to, regress in the frequency of your publishing. That's why start smaller and build it up, rather than go super keen. You're going to get 3 pieces done a day, and then it's only when you realise how much work goes into that that you then start regressing and not able to commit to that. So just a couple of thought processes there that you need to kind of consider when doing this. So as I said, give yourself a date in the sand, a date for the next content production session. Work out how much you're going to produce, how much content you're going to publish between now and then, and reverse engineer it. Work out how much content you need to create. And I'd start with just doing it in raw format. So whether it's videos, I find the easiest. You can churn them out pretty quick. And if you produce a video with minimal editing, that's 1 piece of content. So it might be that I'm going to publish once a week, 4 pieces of content as a month worth of content. Morning. So that's super high level, super easy way of doing it. And then you just commit to doing those 4 videos, once a month, which is pretty achievable, as I should say. So work out what schedule works for you. Get it in your calendar. When it's in the calendar, it becomes more real. If people don't put it in the calendar, it will never happen. So really, really important. So I hope you found this useful. As always, any questions, please drop a comment in. I always guarantee you to respond to every question, or every comment that's asked or commented on. If it's a bigger topic, I'll still respond, but I'll do a separate vlog episode at some point in the future and tag you in. I can't guarantee how quick that is because I have a massive long list of what I'm integrating into my content plan. So it just fits in when the time is right. But I do guarantee to always cover an episode for somebody who's added a comment which is worthy of a vlog episode. So also, if you think it's really good value, someone's going to benefit from them, please tag them in or share it, or worst case, just like it. Gives it a little bit extra reach, and it will help other people hopefully get value from the content. At the same regard, if it's not for you, it's irrelevant to you, and you're finding it distracting and annoying, just unfriend or unfollow me. Absolutely no problem, and it will no longer bother you in your feeds. So you might have to do it on multiple platforms, though, so I do apologise. So that's pretty much it. And as always, stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you on the next episode.